Rich talked a little bit about the fret house, and I was just going to point out a few things. The fret house has been in Covina for at least 50 years, maybe more than that. I can't remember, but just a very a great history. Merle Travis, Elizabeth Cotton, John Fahey, John Stewart, Ramblin' Jack Elliott have all played. With Merle Travis and Elizabeth Cotton, they played at an earlier location right down the street. The first, I think it was the first location, but John Fahey, John Stewart, and Ramblin' Jack Elliott have all been on this stage here. So it's quite a history, and it's a wonderful room, as Rich was saying. So I'm always very happy when I get to play here, and we've kind of worked this out. As many of you know, I'm sure I've been playing live stream shows from home since last March, every Saturday at this time, and so starting last month, I moved it to the first Saturday and the third Saturday, just to change the schedule up. And what we'll be doing here is I'll play the first Saturday here at the Fret House, as long as this continues to work out, and then I'll play the third Saturday from home, as I've been doing. So I hope you can continue to join me. I appreciate everyone that has very much, and I appreciate your support very, very much. So, we've both been talking a little bit. I should get around to singing some songs here. I'll do an older song. My wife and I have been together for many years, very happily married, almost 40 years, I think. So we've been together a long, long time, very happy. Even through everything for the last year, we get along very good. But of course, that means that for whatever reason, I've been writing over all of these years songs about hard-edged loners and rough breakups and relationships on the skids. So here's one to start things off from a few years ago. There's a sign out on the highway, out where the interstate begins. You can see which way you're going, but not where the journey ends. They say that love should last a lifetime, and I always wished I could agree. Seems like the worst I could imagine has got the best of you and me. No, there ain't no good time for leaving. There ain't no good time for goodbye. Seems like the past keeps on repeating. I think it's time we realize we're not the best thing for each other, but it's so hard to let love die. There ain't no good time for leaving. There ain't no good time for goodbye. You keep your job in the apartment, I'll take the car and cigarettes. Please don't tell me what you're feeling. Some things are better left unsaid. Though I don't know my destination, and I can't say the reason why, but don't look to me for consolation. I couldn't give you a reply. No, there ain't no good time for leaving. There ain't no good time for goodbye. Seems like the past keeps on repeating. I think it's time we realize We're not the best thing for each other. It's so hard to let love die. But there ain't no good time for leaving. There ain't no good time for goodbye. No, there ain't no good time for leaving. There ain't no good time for goodbye. Seems like the past keeps on repeating. I think it's time we realize we're not the best thing for each other. But it's so hard to let love die. But there ain't no good time for leaving. There ain't no good time for goodbye. No, there ain't no good time for leaving. There ain't no good time for goodbye. Thank you very much. So as Rich mentioned, and I'm sure you probably know, we have some friends here. We have a very limited group of people that here as an audience, and thank you all very much for coming out. So, it's very nice to be in front of even just a limited audience after a year of just playing in my living room, which has been very nice and worthwhile. My wife Susie has had private concerts every Saturday for the last year. So our friends in Texas have been battered here for the last 2, 3, 4 weeks now, just unbelievably. Our hearts go out to them. I think they're all still recovering. I've checked in with a few friends of mine there in Texas, and most seem to be doing well, but there's plenty of news reports of people that aren't. So we'll send this song out to them. It's called Big Storms Coming, Mama. Where the big rain is coming, Mama, then it's not to batten it down. Hey, the rich folks all leaving, the big boats already left town. Well, I got a rusty old bucket and a busted old knife. Don't look like much, but it might save your life. Big rain is coming, Mama, better start to batten it down. Hey, the big wind is blowing, Mama, the leaves all starting to fly. You better close up your windows, bring all your chickens inside. Hey, it starts with a whisper, turns into a scream. Start to shake it like you've never seen. Big wind is blowing, Mama, the leaves all starting to fly. Big storm's coming, Mama, the water's starting to rise. You better start to take cover, try to find a place you can hide. Yeah, let go of your grievances, it's time to move on. Say a little prayer, Mama, we might all be gone. Big storm's coming, Mama, the water's starting to rise. the big rain is coming, mama. Let us start to batten it down. Hey, the rich folks all leaving, the big boats already left town. Well, I got a rusty old bucket and a busted old knife. Don't look like much, but it might save your life. Big rain's coming, mama. Better start to batten it down. Well, I got a busted old bucket and a rusty old knife. Don't look like much, but it might save your life, mama. Big rain is coming, mama. Better start to batten it down. Hey, the big rain is coming, mama. Better start to batten it down. Hey, the big rain is coming, mama. Better start to batten it down. Thank you very much. So the big rain's been on all of us, but especially Texas, and our hearts go out to you down there. So. Many years ago, I rode the train from Mexicali, Mexico, down to Puerto Vallarta. And it was the first time I had been anywhere like that, on a trip like that. And I saw a lot of things I had never seen before. I saw some things I have never seen since. And at the time, I was a broken-hearted kid. And one of the things I discovered was that you can't outrun your heartaches. They're going to travel along with you like an unwelcome companion. This is called the Mexicali train. On the bus to Mexicali, I counted up my bills and all my change. As we rolled on past Tecate, through the mountains and the deserts and the sage. Well, in my mind I hear you talking all the same words time and time again. Till the only thing that's left for me is leaving on the Mexicali train. Well, I stumbled off the bus through the crowded streets when looking for a sign. Past the old men and the vendors, the women who keep giving me the eye. If you ever really love me, it's only just the memories that remain. And from the station to the platform, I step onto the Mexicali train. Mexicali down to Guaymas and the dusty streets of Ciudad Obregón. Yeah, chickens, dogs, and children running through the car like something's going on. Kerouac and Cassidy, their ghosts still drift across these open plains. As I struggle with the ghosts that followed me onto this Mexicali train. Well, I wake up in the moonlight, passing through some town that's lost in time. By now the car is empty, just some low and dirty voices from behind. But if they thought to try and Soon enough they see their plans all in vain. Because I'm just another homeless soul riding on the Mexicali train. And in the darkness and the loneliness, your memory keeps filling up my mind. Your taste, your smell, and all those tender nights are just so hard to leave behind. I wonder if I ever can forget or ever love someone again. Yeah, but for now I'll try to lose myself somewhere inside the Mexicali train. And at the station in Tequila, the morning sun is blazing in the sky, and the train is filling up with calls of buenos dias and goodbye. And the voice of Castaneda echoes out among the cars like a refrain. But once again I'll try to lose myself somewhere inside the Mexicali train. Yeah, once again I'll try to lose myself somewhere inside the Mexicali train.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. That song kind of name checks Jack Kerouac and Neil Cassidy, who besides starting or being part of the whole beat thing with Allen Ginsberg and Lawrence Ferlinghetti, who passed away last week, also kind of started the whole hippie thing with the Merry Pranksters and the Grateful Dead, and spent some time wandering around that part of Mexico. Cassidy, of course, you can read about it, passed away on the train tracks down in San Miguel de Allende. Kind of a lonely sort of a story there, but I'm going to do a song called the Mariachi Hotel, an old hotel in East LA that was the Boyle Hotel, and it came to be known as the Mariachi Hotel because for many years mariachi musicians would travel up to the Southern California area looking for work, and oftentimes they would know somebody, friend or a cousin, a brother that played mariachi, played in the mariachi bands, and these guys had already started to move into this one particular hotel. More guys moved in, almost all guys in those days. It's sort of opened up now. A lot of the newer bands, younger bands are all female, all girls, which is, I think, is a wonderful thing. But in those days, it was still all guys, and they all moved into this one particular hotel. And over a period of time, it came to be known as the Mariachi Hotel. Kind of an amazing thing. For a while, if you wanted to hire a mariachi band here in Southern California, you could go there, and these guys would still be, if they didn't have another engagement, they would stand around the outside of the hotel in their uniforms with their instruments, and you could pull up, talk a little bit. If everything was agreeable, they might audition a little bit and play a little bit, and if everything was agreeable, the money and everything, they would jump into the car or the truck with you and off to the quinceañera or grandma's barbecue, and that's how you could hire a mariachi band for many years. And the area has changed a lot. A lot of those guys still hang around there. It's actually known as Mariachi Plaza. But a lot of these guys will adopt a kind of a new identity for themselves, and kind of a new name, oftentimes something mystical or fantastic, like the Falcon or the Dragon. This is called the Mariachi Hotel. eagle is wearing his red poncho, decorated white reindeer. There are rats here, he tells me, his voice soft and low, but it's the dogs and the lions that I fear. I come here each day and I stand on these streets. My home's the Mariachi Hotel. And Cecilia, she cries, 'cause I'm sinking so fast. It's a story she knows all too well. El Garabo, he says, things aren't so good. His trumpet is battered and worn. He left for 1 year, he must convalesce. His battle with liquor is still strong, but the iguana is back, and he's here on these streets where his father once taught him so well. And Cecilia, she cries like a babe in the night for the souls in the Mariachi Hotel. Dracula came, and he liked what he saw, and he stayed till he left just a shell. The plaza by day, he roamed as he pleased. Nights, the Mariachi Hotel. Now Dracula's gone, but still they drift in with their horns and their fiddles, and they yell. And Cecilia looks down as they sleep the night in the arms of the Mariachi Hotel. Yes, Cecilia looks down as they sleep the night in the arms of the Mariachi Hotel. Thank you very much. So, those last two songs are from a couple of albums ago. I'm going to do a few songs off my latest album, which was just released in October and has been released in England, Ireland, and Ireland, the UK, and Europe, and also in Italy here in the last few weeks. So this is it. It's called Love and Desperation, and it's on the Tres Pescadores label. My good friends, 1/3 of Tres Pescadores is here today, tonight. My friend Tim, so... And I'm going to do an old song that's comes from Louisiana, actually. A fellow by the name of Al Ferrier wrote this song. And it's been covered by a number of people. The version I first heard was by a fellow by the name of Lazy Lester, who came a little bit more from Texas, I believe, that East Texas, close to Louisiana area. So this is called, I'm checking my set list to see if I'm in the right place. This is called Blues Stop Knocking at My Door. Blues stop knocking at my door. Can't you see my heart is sore? Blues stop knocking at my door. What chance has this heart of mine? I keep losing all the time. Blues stop knocking at my door. Oh, why can't misery set me free and let my love come back to me? Everything I do is wrong. In a crowd I'm all alone. Blues stop knocking at my door. Why should I feel so blue? I've tried so hard to be true. Blues stop knocking at my door. Send my lover back to me. Yeah, no more will there be. Blues knocking at my door. Oh, why can't misery set me free and let my love come back to me? Send my lover back to me. Yeah, no more will there be. Blues knocking at my door. Oh, why can't misery set me free and let my love come back to me? Send my lover back to me. Yeah, no more will there be. Blues knocking at my door. Send my lover back to me. Yeah, no more will there be. Blues knocking at my door. Yeah, blues knocking at my door. Oh, blues stop knocking at my door. So that's Al Ferrier, and he's in the Rockabilly Hall of Fame, but I think he stayed kind of local in his part of Louisiana there. He was a working guy. He got up every morning and worked at the sawmill, and then went out at night, probably mostly on weekends, but played at night, and then would get up at, I'm sure, real early hours and get out and work at the sawmill. So I got a lot of respect for that. So I'm going to do another song off of the new album. This is called "Down at the Bar at Gypsy Sally's," and the name is a reference to the bar in the Townes Van Zandt song Tecumseh Valley, Gypsy Sally's, but the rest of it's just kind of what I've made up. I like to say sometimes, for better or for worse, I got a lot of my musical education in bars and honky tonks. I started playing, and I kind of mean it that way, because I spent a lot of time with my guitar. It's really where I learned to sing. It's where I learned to play a lot of it, and it's where I learned a lot of old songs. So I really did get, and for better or worse, because there was a lot of not so good that came with it at times, but a lot of the places were rough at times, and a lot of characters were in these places. So I kind of, in this song, is just kind of reimagining some of these places with some of my, characters from songs and old blues musicians. This is called "Down at the Bar at Gypsy Sally's." Gypsy Sally's, just be cool, you'll be alright. You can pick your pills, pick your poison, but man, you sure don't pick a fight. She's got a shotgun in the corner, she keeps a shiv behind the bar. And if someone tries to play some masquerade, man, they sure won't get too far. Down at the bar at Gypsy Sally's, Stagger Lee is shooting pool. Little Walter's in the alley, making a mess of some poor fool. Lightning's in the corner, Frankie Lee is with the band. When Thelma pulls a pistol out, says she's going to shoot some man. You know it's not some grand illusion, yeah, it's not some wicked dream. The whiskey smells like dynamite and tastes like kerosene. Gypsy Sally's, no one ever asks your name. Delilah's taking numbers, but no one seems to know the game. Caledonia's drinking at the bar, the Wolfman's on the prowl, and just before the sun comes up, you might hear him start to howl down at the bar at Gypsy Sally's. down at the bar at Gypsy Sally's. Thank you very much. That was one of those songs that I couldn't really tell if it was a song after I had written it. I mean, I liked the lyrics and I liked what I had in mind for the song, but it was kind of all based around the arrangement and the recording. So it really wasn't until I started to get together first with Sean Norse, who played drums on everything, and he came up with just a great drum part, and at that point I realized, okay, yeah, this will work. But it was weeks or months after the recording was finished, and really at the point where the album came out, before I figured out a way to play it live. A lot of the songs are kind of based around strumming and parts, and they start off as a song that I can play live, but that one was one that after it was recorded, it's like, well, how am I going to play this live now? I had to sit down and kind of figure that out. So here's another one off of the new album. This is called Blues at Midnight, kind of an old honky-tonk blues. I like to think of this in the style of Patsy Cline and great songs like Walkin' After Midnight. This is called Blues at Midnight. Blues at midnight, blues at dawn. The blues have been with me ever since you've been gone. I can't seem to shake them, they just keep hanging on. Blues at midnight ever since you've been gone. I can't stop from crying, I can't get no sleep. I can't lose these memories now, they're just mine to keep. Betraying the distance with a long, lonesome moan reminds me my baby left me here all alone. I toss and turn and I walk the floor. I can't believe you won't come home anymore. The night winds whisper a sad, lonesome song. Blues at midnight ever since you've been gone. Blues at midnight ever since you've been gone. I toss and turn and I walk the floor. I can't believe you won't come home anymore. The night winds whisper a sad, lonesome song. Blues at midnight ever since you've been gone. Blues at midnight ever since you've been gone. Blues at midnight, blues at dawn. The blues have been with me ever since you've been gone. I can't seem to shake them, they just keep hanging on. Blues at midnight ever since you've been gone. Blues at midnight ever since you've been gone. Thank you very much. I want to try and say hello to a few people, which means putting on my glasses. I've had many people tuning in every week from all over the country and really all over the world, and I'm very happy about that. Martha Rowley from up in Vermont has tuned in from the very beginning. A lot of people that I took train trips with have been very loyal followers and supporters. Bill Kuhn up there in Seattle area, and Jim Canales, both have been on many train trips. Randall Stewart, who's here in Southern California, good friend Randall. Gladys, also from the Train Tribe, who is all the way in Oslo, Norway. She usually gets the travel award. And Bob Ellis down there in Houston, Texas, took a beating, but came out strong. Bob, I hope you're doing good. He just had a couple of cryptic remarks when I kind of messaged him. So he said it was not fun. And I'm sure it wasn't. David and Carol in Missouri at the sheep farm. Dina the Wolf out there in the desert area about by the Salton Sea. Stacy Nakasone here in Southern California. David and Laura up in Berkeley area. Peter and Gabby, my good friends in Liverpool. Robert Lloyd here in town, somewhere kind of midtown area, I guess. We all know Robert. He's the television writer for the LA Times. I'm going to go out on a limb here. He is maybe my favorite writer at the LA Times. I'm going to get in trouble is what I'm going to do. So Robert Kwan, big supporter. Thank you very much. Terry and Bob Nickham here tonight. Yay! And Ramona also. Ramona and Randall come to a lot of shows together here in Southern California. Steve and Jeannie down in San Pedro. Shelly Fetterman up there. We have John and Suzanne, also not San Pedro so much. You're kind of up on the hill, aren't you? So, but Shelly Fetterman up there in Fresno, Jim Ringer country, which is where Kim Ringer is. If you're listening, hi Kim, I love you. Stephen Tannenbaum. Stephen, I always forget to find out where you are. Cheryl Conant, who was here tonight with Tim. So Charlotte Chamberlain, who is in town here somewhere, San Dimas area. Terry and Dan. Terry I know from junior high school down there in Oceanside. I didn't know her when she was down there. We all lived in San Bernardino, where we grew up. Tommy Salcedo out on the west side. Andy Tyson down there, and also got beat up down there in Austin. Pipes blew up, things froze up. Hope you're doing okay now. Bob Bergen, also from the Train Tribe, here in town, and he came when we played. I played here in November, but he's here in Covina area. Susie Ola down there in Houston. I hope you're doing okay, Susie. Sheila Prater up there in K-Pig country. K-Pig is still playing the new album, and I'm very happy about that. Thank you to everyone at K-Pig. Lisa in New Orleans, I love you, Lisa. Mike Donahue, also from the Train Tribe in Chicago. Fred Vaughn, also. Frank Hill, trading in wildly beautiful antique and vintage if that's even the right word, Indian jewelry and rugs and everything there in Santa Fe. Frank, thanks for tuning in. Mike Shaw in, I can't remember the name, but outside of London there where Rod Stewart used to live. I went and visited Mike. Mike put me up for the night there, my last trip over there. And he said that Rod Stewart had lived in that, it was a beautiful little old village, so outside of London, and Rod Stewart had been a resident there up until the last few months. Rod Stewart had moved away because the city council had not allowed him to build another football field. He already had 3. He had 3 football fields at his residence, and the city council or whatever it is there said, no, Rod, you cannot build another one. So he moved. How many can you need? So anyhow, that's Mike. I hope you're doing good. Mike Shaw, Melissa Berger down here. Oh, you're on the East Coast. You're in Maryland, Virginia area, also from the Train Tribe. Michael Pfister, John Smithers in Manchester, England. Gary Goldmine in Chicago area. Evangeline up there in the Gold Country up in Silver City, and Michael Hart down there in Houston also. I hope everybody is doing well there. My sister Cindy and my brother-in-law and her family, their family up in Reno and Sparks. My other sister Joy in Rialto with my mother-in-law Jenny are usually watching. I love you all. Thank you all very much for tuning in. What song was I on? Oh, okay. This is a song from the previous album, not the latest. This is a song from an album we released in 2017 called The Town Where I Live. This is a song called Hold On Jake. Hold on, Jake, time is moving slowly. Hold on, Jake, don't you sing a sad tune. Weather's rough, the road's a little rocky. Hold on, Jake, Mama's coming home soon. You got $1, I got a dime. You get the liquor, I'll get the wine. Cain starts to shout, Abel starts to holler. Moses called the sheriff for the very last time. Hold on, Jake, time is moving slowly. Hold on, Jake, don't you sing a sad tune. Weather's rough, the road's a little rocky. Hold on, Jake, Mama's coming home soon. Mama's got a pistol, Papa's got a gun. It's not a lot of difference when you gotta run. Daniel can't dance, Lucy's in a corner. Cindy's gone to Reno with the good shepherd's son. Hold on, Jake, time is moving slowly. Hold on, Jake, don't you sing a sad tune. Weather's rough, the road's a little rocky. Hold on, Jake, Mama's coming home soon. Hold on to something, hold on to whiskey if it gets the job done. Throw it all away, it's all a little risky, like some old hound dog just laying in the sun. Hold on, Jake, time is moving slowly. Hold on, Jake, don't you sing a sad tune. Weather's rough, the road's a little rocky. Hold on, Jake, Mama's coming home soon. Hold on, Jake, time is moving slowly. Hold on, Jake, don't you sing a sad tune. Oh, rough, the road's a little rocky. Hold on, Jake, Mama's coming home soon. Hold on, Jake. very much. So we've got a small but mighty crowd. We got about 6 or 7 of everybody here. And this room usually holds 60 people, so I said they're each responsible for making the noise of 10. It's just math. But there's been 100 people in this room. More than 100 people. Rich, a few years ago, decided that was just too many, and he moved some chairs out, and he wanted to make it, just a better experience. I don't think anybody ever complained in those days, but the chairs weren't as nice. They were metal folding chairs that they could fit more in. But for John Stewart and Dick Dale, they sold more than 100 tickets, and it was a packed room, to say the least. John Stewart played here twice, and he was scheduled for a third time, and I just know all of this because I handled I work here. For anybody that doesn't know, at least I did work here. I'm not entirely sure of my status at this point. I left in March when the shutdown hit, and they went to a skeleton crew anyhow, and they needed to, so it's all kind of worked out. So I've been on leave or whatever it's going to turn into. We'll figure it out in the next few months, I guess. But I worked here, and part of what I did was handle arrangements for some of the concerts. And John Stewart was scheduled to be here when he passed away, which was very sad to us. So we were looking forward to the show, and he had put a guitar on hold. So he had been here shopping the time before, and he said, I like this guitar, I'm going to buy this guitar. So he had a guitar on hold, had put a little bit of money down on it, and so that happened. And so we were like, I don't know, what do we do now? And eventually somebody talked to his family in some way or another, or they got in touch. I can't remember how it sorted out. But they said, oh, of course, we want that guitar. And they came by and they picked it up and paid. So I'm going to do another song off of the new album. This is a song, I mentioned Kim Ringer recently when I was talking about people listening. Kim is the daughter of the late, great California folk singer-songwriter Jim Ringer. And Jim was very well known for a period of time, especially when he was together with his partner Mary McCaslin. And they made some just amazing, one record together as Jim Ringer and Mary McCaslin, but during the time that they were performing together, they each played on each other's albums. So you get a big dose of, if you listen to either of their albums from that era, you get a big dose of the two of them from all through that time. And they set just a whole standard for folk duet singing. They're just amazing singers, wonderful songs. And I got to know Mary. I never got to know Jim. He was gone. He passed away before I ever... But we had all been in San Bernardino at the same time. I grew up in San Bernardino, and there was a little place called the Penny University that I played the open mic nights. Occasionally they would have me do a weekend show as an opening. I was just really trying to get started and figure out how to do this sort of thing. And Jim and Mary had albums out. They had their songs on the folk music program at the KVCR, Valley College Radio, the folk music program, and they toured, so they were heroes to all of us, that were trying to figure out how to do this. But Mary and I got together. I got to know Mary. I recorded a couple of their songs, got to know Mary, and she and I got, I love Mary. I consider her a very good friend. I talked to them, her and her husband, Greg, her current husband, and just a couple of days ago, I gave them a call. Mary's having health issues, but otherwise they're fine. And but Mary and I did some shows for a period of time, over a period of about 2 or 3 years, where we would each do a set of our own, a few of our own songs, and we would then get together and sing songs that she and Jim had done. And so she had a chance to sing those songs again, which she said meant a lot to her. I got a chance to sing them, which meant a tremendous amount to me. But during that time, we did a show for the Fresno Folk Music Society, and all of Jim's family is still in that area, and they all came out. Many of them came out. It was mostly a room full of ringers. That sounds kind of crazy saying it, but Jim Ringer's family. And it was a wonderful experience. It was a nice experience in one way for me because I had been doing a number of those songs, of course, with Mary, but since we were doing that in Fresno for that show, I kind of felt, well, I should, learn a couple of more of Jim's songs. I learned about 2 or 3 or 4 more songs that were, big songs for him, popular for him. I just, kind of felt, well, that's a thing I should do. But so they were new to me, so I hadn't sang them before. I kind of spent the week or so before kind of brushing up on them. And so I was nervous, and I got to the room and found out that all I really had to do was start the songs, and as soon as they knew the song, the whole room was singing. Every word from beginning to end. I really basically just had to strum the guitar. I could have just stopped singing. So it took the pressure off, which was very nice, and it was a wonderful experience. But that was where I met Jim's daughter, Kim. So she came up, we talked for a while, we got friendly and everything, and stayed in touch over Facebook. And she wrote to me about, it's a little while now, I guess a year or 2 ago, and said she had a lyric to us, and she asked, she said, I think it's, she was unsure, and she wanted me to look at it. And it took her a little while to send it. I think she was still unsure, but she sent it to me, and I looked at it, and I thought, well, this is beautiful. This is heartbreaking and beautiful. And wrote her back and told her, and I wrote the rest of the song, part of the chorus, but otherwise it's all Kim's lyric. This is called She Sang of the Earth, and this is on the new album also. There's a little place out the desert way, folks would laugh, guitars play, songs were sung and stories they were told. He came one day to that nowhere place, sat right down and he saw her face, and she sang to him, and the words were made of gold. She sang of the earth, she sang of the sky, she sang of hello, she sang of goodbye, she sang of the people, of all the days gone past. She sang of the moon, she sang of the stars and late night dancing in a run-down bar. She sang of the time disappearing, oh so fast. Well, he sat down and he joined in. He sang of heaven and he sang of sin, and of all the different people that he had known. Their voices joined in harmony, sang of you and they sang of me, of all the places that he had yet to go. She sang of the earth, she sang of the sky, she sang of hello, she sang of goodbye, she sang of the people, of all the days gone past. She sang of the moon, she sang of the stars and late night dancing in a run-down bar, and she sang of the time disappearing, oh so fast. He woke up, she was gone. There were different singers singing different songs. The time had come for him to be on his way. Maybe he'll pass his way again. He wandered off like he wandered in. After all, it's not like him to stay. She sang of the earth, she sang of the sky, she sang of hello, she sang of goodbye, she sang of the people, of all the days gone past. She sang of the moon, she sang of the stars, and late night dancing in a rundown bar, and she sang of the time disappearing, oh so fast. She sang of the earth, she sang of the sky, she sang of hello, she sang of goodbye, and she sang of the people, and of all the days gone past. She sang of the moon, she sang of the stars, and late night dancing in a rundown bar, and she sang of the time disappearing, oh so fast. Well, there's a little place out the desert way, folks would laugh and guitars play, and songs were sung and stories they were told. Thank you very much, and thank you, Kim. I hope you're listening. I would like to go to that little nowhere place. I'm going to have to ask you where that is. So I don't think I've explained yet to listening audience. You know, I usually have Susie with me, and she can kind of read comments and clue me into anything that's going on, and she can keep track of the little feed there and tell me about some of the people that are listening. She is not here. Susie is not here. She's at home with our dog. She's babysitting Katie. So, long story, but we're in the process of building a fence or replacing a fence in our backyard, and it's turned into a big drama for reasons I won't go into. So for the last 6 weeks, we haven't had a fence in our backyard. Our neighbor's yard is right there with all their junk, and they got a lot of junk. But trying to work things out. But so anyhow, we can't, take off and go anywhere. And anywhere we go, Katie has to go with us, which she has been loving. She's like, oh, we're going somewhere again. And she's been going for 3 walks a day. I take her for a walk every day, and sometimes 2, and we go hiking and things like that. She's a well-walked dog, even in just normal times. But Susie and I would usually take a walk by ourselves, maybe once or twice a day, especially during these times, and kind of leave Katie, because she's a wonderful dog. She's very smart. She's very loyal. She's very family-oriented. But she does not do well around other dogs. Yeah, so, and there's just, she's been with us for 7 years, and I've tried everything. That's just what she is. So, we're crossing streets and trying to avoid dogs and, that sort of thing. But, and to her, it's all fun, She just like, even if I try and scold her or something, she looks at me like, this is great. What are you talking about? So she doesn't get it at all. She's just having fun. So Susie is home with Katie, so any messages you're sending or anything like that, I do have my cell phone right here, so if it was an emergency, she would be letting me know. I told my son Matt last week that I would work up this Buck Owens song. I'm going to do a couple of Buck Owens songs here right now. And my friend Ken McLucky also kind of was, Ken is a big fan of, he got in a conversation, as soon as my son Matt mentioned Buck Owens, Ken was listening last week, and then they ended up with their own conversation that I never even saw because for some reason Facebook blocked it. But they had their own private conversation about Buck Owens, I guess. But Ken is actually a real authority. I really have a lot of respect for him. He knows the Bakersfield scene, the Bakersfield music, going really pretty deep. And he's a real collector. He really knows his stuff. So anyhow, I'm going to send these songs out to both of them. I like both of these songs a lot. Neither of these songs are songs that Buck Owens wrote. But you figure Buck Owens wrote Crying Time Again, and he wrote Together Again. He's kind of done after that in my book. He really did not have to write any other songs after those two. So I give him a big pass on anything else. And he always picked great songs. His first one is Hello Trouble, written by Orville Crouch. And the second one is Trouble in Me, a song I recorded for, I think that was the first album we did. I think it was the first album I did with Tres Pescadores. Brantley Kearns and I recorded Trouble in Me. So Hello Trouble is a song written by Orville Crouch. If I got that right, I hope I did. And Hello Trouble is written by Orville Crouch, and Trouble in Me is written by Harlan Howard, the great Nashville songwriter. But the thing I like about both of these songs, especially the second song, they sort of take the idea of trouble and really humanize it, where it's a walking, talking, in the first song, in Hello Trouble, it's the old girlfriend. So, she's the trouble and she's coming around and everything. But in the second song, in Trouble in Me, it's an imaginary, trouble is an imaginary phantom, which is kind of a sophisticated sort of whole theme and idea, I think. And I like it a lot. But anyhow, here's a song called Hello Trouble by Buck Owens. I woke up this morning, happy as could be. I looked out my window, what did I see? Coming up my sidewalk, just as plain as day. Well, here come trouble that I never thought I'd see when you went away. Well, hello, trouble, come on in. Well, you talk about heartaches, where the world you been? I ain't had the miseries since you've been gone. Hello, trouble, 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 welcome home. Well, I make a pot of coffee, and you can rest your shoes, and you can tell me them sweet lies, and I'll listen to you. I'm just a little part of the life you've lived, but I'd rather have a little bit of trouble than to never know the love you give. Well, hello, trouble, come on in. Well, you talk about heartaches, where in the world you been? I ain't had the miseries since you've been gone. Hello, trouble, 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 welcome home. Well, hello, trouble, 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 welcome home. So that's Buck Owens, and I'll tell you my favorite, one of my favorite stories about Buck Owens is he grew up in Arizona, and when he was a kid, when he was very young, 5 or 6, very, very young, I'm trying to think of what his name was. It wasn't Buck. It wasn't the name, Buck wasn't the name his parents gave him. I'm trying to think of it, but I can't. But at 4 or 5 or 6 years old, he decided his name was Buck. He just as a little kid, he decided his name was Buck. And if you didn't call him Buck, he didn't answer you. He would not respond. So I thought that was kind of funny and amazing. That's just one kind of amazing thing about Buck Owens. There are many, many. So here's another song from the Buck Owens catalog. This is a song called Trouble in Me, as I said, and I recorded this with my friend Brantley Kearns. And I'm looking at Tim, and I'm pretty sure that it's the first album that we released on, or for me anyhow, on Tres Pescadores. And it's a wonderful, wonderful album. It was one of my favorite albums that I made up until the last few, and then the newer ones kind of take over. But I just, everything I hoped to do on that album kind of worked out. We got wonderful performances and songs from Brantley Kearns, who had not been recorded. Brantley, for all of his wonderful talent and everything amazing about Brantley, he had just never, no one had ever managed to make a record with him, I guess. So we did, and I was very happy and proud of that. It's a wonderful album. It's out of print. If you would like a copy, though, and you get a hold of either me or Tim at Tres Pescadores, we will make sure that you get a download one way or another. I saw a copy on a copy that was still shrink wrapped, according to the little ad or whatever on Amazon. I think it was Amazon. Just the other day, it popped up for $35. That seemed reasonable for an album that's not available. Tim and I were joking earlier this year or last year. One of my other albums that was is also on Tres Pescadores. That's actually quite available. I have many copies, and I can't remember if you found it or if I found it, but it was on the internet at that time. I'm not sure if it still is, but the price was $968. Yes, John saw that. So I got kind of a goofy kind of a kick out of that.
Was that a Buffalo show? Or
No, it was Bound for Trouble. So I've got a bit of my trouble in my catalog, I guess. But so that was a kind of a re-release of some other songs, remixes with some songs added to it. And I tell people, you could get it for me for much cheaper. Or Tim. Tim has copies too. Either of us would be glad to sell you. So here's a song called Trouble and Me. Yeah, trouble and me, we're old buddies, you see. I've stuck by him, he's sticking by me. Goodbye, honey, be thankful you're free, and that you're not stuck with old trouble and me. Yeah, trouble and me, we keep bumming around, picking them up and laying them down. Officer, we're only passing through town, looking for something we've never found. Yeah, trouble and me, we're old buddies, you see. I've stuck by him, and he's sticking by me. Goodbye, honey, be thankful you're free, and that you're not stuck with old trouble and me. Once I thought trouble had found someone else, and that I might find me a place for myself. About that time, he come back with a frown, and trouble and me had to find a new town. Yeah, trouble and me, we're old buddies, you see. I've stuck by him, he's sticking by me. Goodbye, honey, be thankful you're free, and that you're not stuck with old trouble and me. Yeah, trouble and me, we're old buddies, you see. I've stuck by him, and he's sticking by me. Goodbye, honey, be thankful you're free, and that you're not stuck with old trouble, that you're not stuck with old trouble and me. That's Trouble in Me by Bucko, was written by Harlan Howard. Thank you very much. That Brantley Kearns and I recorded, and that was the title of the album, is Trouble in Me, if you want to look it up. But like I said, it is out of print, but if you wanted a copy and got in touch with me or Tim at Tres Pescadores, we will make sure that you get some way to download a copy of it. And it's a wonderful, wonderful album. I'm going to move back to... everybody doing okay? I haven't had a live audience in front of me for a while, so I haven't had to think about everybody. But I'm going to do another song from the new album. This is a song called Juanita, Why Are You So Mean? And I think my mother-in-law, Jenny, is listening. Her name is actually Juanita, but she has always gone by Jenny, or actually even more often by the name Guggum, which is a name that the oldest granddaughter, when she was trying to say grandma at first, when she was very young, toddler, it came out as Guggum, and she's just been Guggum to all of the kids, and actually to me a lot of the time. So, but either Guggum or Jenny. But her name is Juanita, and the story is that when she was younger, and my wife Susie's dad, Johnny, when he was interested in trying to get to know her, and trying to ask her out on dates or whatever, she was not interested. She was kind of giving him the brush off. Is the way I've heard the story. And at one point, she even told him her name was Rosie, and gave him a completely fake or wrong phone number, trying to give him the brush off. And I guess he was persistent, because they did get married and had 7 kids, or there's 7 kids, and wonderful life. He left very early, very sad, tragic story there, but he's missed by everyone, me included, very much. But this is just, and then I kind of took it from there and kind of made up sort of the rest of the story here. This is called Juanita, Why Are You So Mean? My friend Tony Zamora wrote the Spanish lyric to this, which is one of the more wonderful parts of the song to me. And he talks about Toloache, which is a kind of a psychoactive love potion that you have to get from the back alley sort of curandera or sort of witch doctors or whatever. So I'm not sure where you would get it. But it does grow. I don't think it's too hard to find as a plant. So this is called Juanita, Why Are You So Mean? When I first saw you, I liked your rings and necklace, I liked your long black hair, I almost fell to pieces, you didn't seem to care. Estoy bajo de tu hechizo, y no entiendo por qué. Es el poder de Toloache, o algo más que no puedo ver, no puede ser. We've been upside down and inside out and back and forth and in between. But from the start, you broke my heart. Juanita, why are you so mean? broken in the end. You spent up all my money. You somehow lost my car. I'm sorry we got started. I'm sorry that it went this far. Juan Ciego puede ser un hombre. Es triste pero es verdad. La próxima vez necesito mi coche, porque ahora no tengo nada, no tengo nada. We've been upside down and inside out and back and forth and in between. But from the start, you broke my heart. Juanita, why are you so mean? Been upside down and inside out, back and forth and in between. But from the start, you broke my heart. Juanita, why are you so mean? 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 Thank you very much. So I'm going to go back to the album from 2017 and do a couple of songs. This first one is called Trouble Like This. So I've got a little bit of trouble in my catalog too, like I said. This is the first song that I wrote that kind of just gave me, I could tell that I had the direction, I was starting to get the direction for a new album. That seems to be the way that it goes a lot of the time. I'm just busy with many, many other things. I have a lot of friends, songwriting friends, that really stay with it all of the time. Peter Case is just an amazing songwriter, tremendously prolific. And whenever I talk to him, he's always working on it. I tend to put it aside when I'm kind of done and the album's done. I don't put it aside entirely. I still think about it and write down ideas. But anyhow, at some point, a song will come along, and then I need a place to put it. It can't just live in my garage on a piece of paper, or in the shows that I do. So I want to see it, have a home on a recording, on an album. A lot of people talk about their songs. They look at their songs and a lot of analogies as far as them being their children, their kids, and it's a little corny, but it works on many, many levels. They take on a life of their own. They don't always behave. They don't always do what you think they should be doing. But in this case, you want to do well by your kids, to follow through with that analogy, I guess. Give them a home, I guess. But so anyhow, this is a song called Trouble Like This. Dark clouds rising up out of the east, and I've seen trouble like this before. Black crows flying from the sycamore trees, and I've seen trouble like this before. I've seen trouble like this, I've seen trouble like this, and I've seen trouble like this before. The cold rain and thunder falling all around me. But I've seen trouble like this before. Stevie and Johnny, the south part of town. But I've seen trouble like this before. They're all licking up, and some fights coming down. And I've seen trouble like this before. I've seen trouble like this. I've seen trouble like this. But I've seen trouble like this before. The harsh words and anger and the blood on the ground. But I've seen trouble like this before. Yeah, you struggle, you stumble, you fumble and fall. Try to rise when you can. You think that you might find a place to hold on. It all slips right out of your hand. Long nights and whiskey and hard memories. And I've seen trouble like this before. She's broken, she's crying, she's ready to leave. And I've seen trouble like this before. I've seen trouble like this. I've seen trouble like this. I've seen trouble like this before. The whole world is crumbling, you're down on your knees. And I've seen trouble like this before. The dark clouds and devils dancing all around me. And I've seen trouble like this before. Thank you very much. I'm going to do a couple of more songs if everybody is okay with that. The usual format here in concerts at the Fred House and many, many venues, you know, where there's sit-down concerts is you do 45 or an hour or so and then you take a break. But since we're live on the internet, there was, you know, that doesn't really work out. So I've just been playing straight through. But in consideration of everybody that's been sitting here for, has it been 90 minutes so far almost? Yeah. So I'll do a couple of more songs for everybody here. But and again, I appreciate everybody coming out very much and everybody tuning in. Thank you very much. This is another song off of The Town Where I Live, the album from 2017. And this particular song was kind of a favorite at KPIG, KPIG, and still actually gets some airplay up there, which I'm very, very happy about. KPIG is a wonderful station in Santa Cruz area, Watsonville, that in another form has actually been around for many, many years. They claim to have started the whole kind of hippie country radio thing. And the story works for me. KFAT was the original station, which was in the same area, and KFAT sort of begat KPIG in many ways. I have the book. I haven't read it yet. I'm sure it will tell me how it all sorts out. But many of the people that were at KFAT went to KPIG in the same format, the same programming and everything. So, but it's a very influential. A lot of people listen to it online and certainly in that area. So hello everybody at KPIG. Thank you very much. This goes out to you. This is a song called You're Gonna Miss Me When I'm Gone. The river's deep, the river is wide. Soon I'll be standing on the other side. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. Midnight train's calling me, Illinois Central out of Kankakee. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. I know you right, you're gonna miss me. I know you right, you're gonna miss me. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. As far as I can see, out where the wind blows wild and free. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. Forgot the words. Oh, I get it. I may be back, but I don't know when. Look for me wherever I ain't been. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. I know you right, you're gonna miss me. I know you right, you're gonna miss me. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. I know you right, you're gonna miss me. I know you right, you're gonna miss me. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. I know you right, you're gonna miss me. I know you right, you're gonna miss me. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. The river's deep, the river is wide. Soon I'll be standing on the other side. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. Memphis south down to New Orleans, the devil can't catch what he's never seen. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. Gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. So, I'll do one more song. This is an old song from a band, from a group called the Memphis Jug Band. This song has been recorded by many people, many different versions. But the Memphis Jug Band gave us many. Walk right in, sit right down. That's the Memphis Jug Band, and it's their version is a lot better than the kind of whitewashed folk version from the 60s. Even though it's a great production on that song, but the song is actually talking about bordellos. It's talking about, which they didn't tell us when we were growing up. Anyhow, Now here's one called Put Your Arms Around Me Like a Circle Around the Sun. I want to love you, mama, like my easy rider done. Don't believe I love you. Look at what a fool I've been. You don't believe I'm singing. Look what a hole I'm in. Stealing, stealing. Pretty mama, don't you tell on me. Well, I'm stealing back to my same old used to be. Hey, well, the woman that I love, she's just my height and size. Married girl comes to see me sometimes. You don't believe I love you. Look what a fool I've been. You don't believe I'm sinking. What a hole I'm in. Stealing, stealing. Yeah, pretty mama, don't you tell on me. Well, I'm stealing back to my same old used to be. Well, I'm going up north, gonna see my girl, sweetest thing in the whole wide world. You don't believe I love you. Look what a fool I've been. You don't believe I'm singing. Look what a hole I'm in. Stealing, stealing. Pretty mama, don't you tell on me. Well, I'm stealing back to my same old used to be. Yeah, stealing, stealing. Yeah, pretty mama, don't you tell on me. Well, I'm stealing back to my same old used to be. Yeah, I'm stealing back to my same old used to be. Thank you very much for coming out. Everybody here at the Fred House, thank you to the Fred House. Thank you everybody that's been listening on Facebook. Thank you for all your support. I'll be back in 2 weeks. I didn't look ahead and actually figure out the date, but whatever the date of the third Saturday is, I'll be doing that as I have been from Casa de Calora, my home. That's bad Spanish for house of heat or something. I'm not sure, but that's what I call my studio, and so that's what I've been calling the house. But I'll be live again from there. Thank you very much. Please be careful, wear your masks, and thank you again to everybody here, and we'll see you all again soon. Good night. Now I have to reach in and shut this off. I think I need glasses to do this. We're all still plugged in, folks, so watch your language, watch your language. Stop speaking.